What if you could carry your movie around and look up anything you've shot or edited instantly? We in DryLab are filmmakers too, and we know the need to have everything within reach. Whether you are filming or picking out shots for the editing studio, whether you are on set or traveling, we know you don't want to wait for clips to start streaming, and sometimes only want to watch what you've circled. We know the need to make visual notes for editors and VFX supervisors, and the expectations of having digital tools that are as intuitive as flipping through a book. Your job is to create the best possible film and assert the highest standards. Our job is to make sure your material is safe, but also readily available wherever you are. DryLab is the filmmaker's window into the production, from start to end, to help create the best possible film. It's that simple.
And we see this as an opportunity both to present something we have created for ourselves, basically, in Norway, and to learn more about the Nigerian market. So, next slide, please. We are a company from Norway, consisting of very experienced film and media people, as well as one computer geek, which is me. I'm therefore not on the screen, but my name is Odin Waller. We also have Jon Christian Roslund, a very accomplished Norwegian cinematographer. We have a producer. We have also Ytterland, who is the former CEO of Fox Networks Nordics, so National Geographic, etc. So experienced people from both marketing, distribution, technology, but most importantly, filmmaking. We also have some very important partners, mostly in Scandinavia so far, but we are expanding internationally. Next, please. And this is some of the films we've been on. We have about 80% of our home market, which is, so Norway, all of Norway has about the same population as a quarter of Greater Lagos, so we are not very big. Thus we are expanding in other countries as well. Among other things, we had George Clooney using us to direct Catch-22 last year, which was good for marketing and a very nice indicator that we are on the right, that we have created something that's very useful internationally as well. We have a few users in South Africa, but as far as I know, we don't have any in Nigeria so far, unless someone protests. If so, I'd like to talk to you afterwards. Next, please. I think there was one before. Can I go one back? Oop, my fault. What we offer filmmakers is a unique creative tool that works in demanding conditions, so it works on a film set while shooting. It integrates into most workflows, and we're very proud today, for the first time, to display publicly our new rough cuts functionality to support the director on set. And someone asked me before or during the break about Nigerian blockbusters, and how technology can support them. What we see in Norway is that we have high ambitions but small budgets because there aren't that many people. The costs of production are also quite high, so we need technology to make movies of a high quality in an efficient way. Thank you. Can we go to the next slide, please? Thanks. So it's a unique creative tool. This is something that supports the director, the cinematographer, the script supervisor on set, so it's not just a traditional daily solution. So it's not just a way of monitoring progress and seeing what you did yesterday, but actually actively using it while shooting, which is, in our experience, a new way of working for many productions. It makes it very easy to find any take in just a few seconds. If you know you want scene 55, you tap scene 55 and you see all your clips in scene 55. Immediately available if you want. You can download it to your iPad or iPhone. And as mentioned, it works in challenging conditions, of which there are quite a few in Norway. If you want to make a scenic movie, then you go up to a mountain or into a forest or into a tunnel where you don't necessarily have a very good internet connection. So we perform quite a bit of magic to extend the cloud down to the film set, meaning that you don't need an internet connection at all times for the system to work. It also means that you can use it while traveling, so it's a great way to prepare for shooting on your way from the hotel to the set in the morning, or to review what you did on your way back. And it also means that the producer, for instance, can review material while traveling, even in a plane. And it integrates into almost any workflow. You will need could you go on that, please? I will try to be quick. But you can set it up once for the DIT or any other technologist who's actually running the technical side of things. Set it up once and it will keep working, and you can use your favorite or established workflow for transcoding, for instance. Next, please. Okay, I suspect I'm missing a few slides, but let me tell you about a few productions first while we keep this up. So I mentioned George Clooney's Catch-22, which was shot last summer. It was released in May or June in Europe and did very, very well. That was an extremely sophisticated short TV series. Very complex storyline, lots of directors, and they also had the requirement for security reasons that material should never be sent to the cloud. This dry lab allowed them to shoot efficiently, to find clips and check continuity, check flow while shooting, and keep everything on the film set, so nothing ever was sent to the cloud. Another example from further back, a Norwegian film called, or a TV series called The Saboteurs. Again, a complex story where I think it was 4, 5, 6 episodes, and so not only were they able to create a better result, but they saved a lot of time along the way. 2 editing assistants while shooting they saved, and 4 to 5 man months in total. So it's a huge boon for efficiency as well. And two more quick examples. Another Norwegian production, The King's Choice, which was shortlisted for Academy Award Best Foreign Language Movie 2 years ago. It allowed the director, for instance, to find clips that had been lost in the editing process, but the director knew they were still there. And we have very happy users who always come back. They are our greatest ambassadors. And because they can actually create better in the end. The last production is Wilderness, which is being shot by HBO in Norway as we speak. That's the first production where we will test what you see on the screen there, our rough cut functionality, which allows the director to perform rough editing on the film set while shooting, drag clips from the dailies collection into a timeline and set in and out points and check if everything flows correctly and for coverage. And it also allows the director to share and edit as an EDL file with the editor, for instance. And our thinking is that this will help the director work better while avoiding stepping on the toes of the editor, because you can actually do it in an organized way while shooting and not afterwards. Yeah, so what you see here is the rough cuts module. It does what I just told you. You can actually edit on your iPad or iPhone while shooting. I would recommend using an iPad. And again, we see that this really helps people, our users, to create better movies. And we also see, as mentioned, that when they've tried it once, they always come back. But we're still figuring out how to, or we are still working on replicating this in other markets. So it's currently happening in Norway, it's happening in Sweden, it's starting to happen in other parts of Scandinavia. We had George Clooney using us last summer, but it would be quite interesting to see what you could do with it here in Lagos and Nigeria as well. And potentially even Kenya. It would be quite interesting. Right. Do we have any more slides? Nope. There was supposed to be one more slide there, but we are of course looking for customers, so anyone who has productions, who creates films. We are looking for production partners, so companies that are shooting multiple productions per year. It might also be interesting to replicate what we've done in Norway, what we've done in Sweden, where we've found companies who have acted both as development partners, consultants, and in some cases investors, when we have been able to develop functionality that they have been looking specifically for. Right, and I'll be happy to answer questions. I was going to invite you outside for drinks and lunch, but we already did that, so I hope you enjoyed it. There's still lunch. Very nice. This was just a happy hour, so thank you very much, and I hope you have some questions. Yes. And by the way, go to drylab.io/NIFS. We have a special offer for everyone here, where if you're starting your production before November 1st, you will get a very pleasant surprise.
Thank you very much. I'm very, very impressed actually. Before I ask my question, I guess this solves the question we always have as directors. We'll fix it in post. You don't have to fix it in post anymore. That was a joke and nobody got it, but it's okay.
It's a quite good joke.
All right. So DryLab, what I want to understand is it you buy the application? Is it an app? Is it software? I mean, how do you interact with it? How do you act? Yeah, how do you use it?
Right. So it's software as a service, meaning that you will actually pay a subscription while you are using it. And we try to make it work for any level of production, so anything from student productions to larger productions, and of course George Clooney. But yeah, you will be using it for a certain period of time. We have the viewer on iPhone, iPad, and Mac. On web, so anywhere really. For the director, the cinematographer, etc. There's also components for the DIT or the lab manager to input data. There's user management and production management to manage users and permissions. And there's also a reporting tool for the script supervisor.
Hello. Oh, there we go. First of all, this is wizardry. Yeah. Okay, so what I want to know is, where does this plug in? This plugs in after I've taken my card out of the camera.
Yes.
And I'm at the DIT point. So I'm at my DIT, I'm going to upload my rushes straight into your dry lab thing.
That's correct.
Because I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
So how on set without internet how is this working on set without internet? Because that part is the one that I don't buy it. Like, so the camera is over there and I'm over here and I have an iPad and I can watch my rushes.
Yes.
How?
A bit of magic. Someone will run over to the DIT with a memory card from the camera. The DIT performs and offloads backup and a transcode, and the transcoded clips will then go into the dry lab system. On the film set, there's a Mac application running in the background that watches for new clips in a watch folder. It takes the metadata from Pomfort Silverstack, which is the application we're integrating with, so it's a new requirement for now. Made by Germans, so it's very nice and organized. Good. Then our Mac application will run on the film set and distribute to iPads and iPhones there. So as long as they can see Creator, our Mac app, they will ask for clips and metadata from it. When you move your Mac to somewhere with an internet connection and you have turned cloud distribution on, it will start uploading to the cloud. And from the cloud, it will flow to the iPads and iPhones who are remote and to viewer web in people's offices on the Mac Linux PC. Go to drylab.io/NIFS or talk to me afterwards.
Thank you.
Hold on. One more question, just a real quick question over here. So do I still get the functionalities of Silverstack? That means that the Silverstack software is going to check my uploaded dailies against what was on the card to make sure that I'm not dropping anything in between.
It doesn't, but it's a good idea.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you so much for doing. Thank you, Odin.